Now I'm going to invite our first speaker, Noble Al-Aklouk, a member of the Palestinian community. Please make him welcome.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
Free, free, free Palestine!
I say these words and I don't take it for granted that I can still say these words. That I can still say free Palestine. That I can still wear my kufiya. That I can still have my handala symbol on my clothes as we're seeing after everything that has unfolded so far, rather than educating the masses, rather than the government taking stances on trying to make awareness and raise awareness to the world and to Australians around the human rights violations that are taking place ever since the genocide started, ever since the Nakba began, ever since the Zionist entity conceptualized the idea of stealing a people's land. None of that education has been happening. Instead, what has been happening is an act of silencing, an act of suppressing a people, an act of making a people disappear. But I will tell everyone here, and I will tell this government, that the Palestinian people will not disappear. I woke up this morning and I'm very lucky to still have my Sido, my grandfather, still around. He is, alongside with Abu Khalil and another person in our Palestinian community, one of 3 Nakba survivors that we have today in our community. And we're very blessed and lucky to still have them here with us today. And their stories, their resilience really drives us. We get inspired by them and we're driven by their just sheer willingness to continue on with life despite everything that has happened and despite seeing things that are undescribable. And I want to share one of the stories of my grandfather, and I just needed to be kind of reminded by him this morning before I told his story, and I said, you know, are you okay with me sharing it? And he said, yep, that's fine. So after the Nakba, my grandfather, just as a child, he had to witness his brother, his cousin, his uncle, and a few other people of his family members lined up in front of him and just shot at point blank. And that's something he witnessed himself, and the story that he shares with me, and it lives on in our own memory, and it lives on in our blood. But it's also part of us seeing these things is telling the world about it and not being afraid of sharing these stories when everything and everyone wants you just to be quiet. And this is not something new. The late intellectual Edward Said spoke about the controlling of the narrative, the attempt to erase Palestinian voices in the last century. So this is not something that's new to the Palestinian people. We're very much aware of it. And we are very much a people that just through being honest and looking you eye to eye and just sharing our stories, that is enough for people to know the truth. That is enough for people to realize what has happened. It doesn't take a genius to put, two and two together. Why is it that Palestinian history is treated as dangerous, treated as something that can't be shared, something that should be silenced? Why is that the case? Why are we in the situation where we have our chants, our symbols, our call for justice being silenced? Why? It's because it's threatening the status quo. It's because we're making a dent. It's because global consciousness around the whole entire world has shifted. People know the truth, and it's It's all about people, everyone that has showed up today and showed up across all the different marches, that has refused to say, to kind of drive a blind eye, and has wanted to see the truth and let people know about it. So a round of applause for everyone over here that is part of this change. So we need to continue educating. We need to continue to document everything. We need to continue to spread awareness about what's been happening to Palestinian people ever since the Nakba, ever since before that, all the way leading up to the genocide that has unfolded in Gaza, and to today, where we're in this limbo of some sort that, it's hard to find an escape right now, but as Palestinians will never end with a message of despair. We will always end on a positive note of hope, a positive hope that we're aspiring that one day we will return to Palestine and we will run into our gardens and we will plant seeds of our olive trees and Palestine will be free. Thank you very much.